Chapter 3 Vocabulary. We're going to be using things like tens and ones a lot this chapter. When we say tens, we're referring to the digit, which remember we talked about was the number. It's one number. The tens digit is the digit that represents how many sets of 10 we have in our number. And the ones digit represents how many ones are in a number. So, for example, on our vocabulary cards, they have a sum, the answer to an addition problem, as being 68. So 6 is the digit that represents the tens, the amount of tens that are in 68. There's 6 sets of 10. And the 8 represents how many ones are in that number. So there are 8 ones and 6 sets of 10. An open number line, remember, is a tool that we can use to help us add or subtract, and it can start at any number that makes sense to help you solve your problem. Mental math is the kind of math that you can do in your head, and the better you get at math, the more things will become mental math for you. The break apart method is when we break our numbers into their place value chunks. So for example, 27 we'd break into its tens place amount. So how many tens are in 27? There's 2 to make 20. And then how many ones are in 27? There's 7 ones. So break apart method is breaking these numbers apart into their tens and their ones so we can add them easier. Addition is a method that we use. It's a mental math tool that helps us change numbers so we can add them easier in our head. So, for example, 38. If I want to make 38 into a number that I can add in my head more easily, I could add 2 to it and make a nice 10, and that would be 40. But with adding, if you add something to one addend, you have to take the same amount that you added away from the other addend. So if we turn 38 into a nice 10, which is 40, by adding 2, that means from our second addend we need to take away 2. That makes it easy. It compensates. They compensate for one another. So for our example here, 38 plus 24, we add 2, make it 40, so take away 2. And so now instead of adding 38 plus 24, which is kind of hard to add in our heads, we're adding 40 plus 22. And then you just need to add your tens and then your ones, and you would get 62.